to Playbook for Performance, the official podcast of Shauna Corden, the Joan of Arc for corporate healing and performance. Join the quest to make work fun again by preparing leadership for engaging workplaces. And now, your host.
Hello and welcome, friends. I'm Shauna Corden, and I'm glad to have you here on the Playbook for Performance podcast. Our mission is to make work fun again by building better leaders. Now, last week, in honor of Halloween, we talked about the scary things that managers do. Did you recognize yourself in times of stress or your own leader? Was there anything you'd like me to add to the list? Please share your experience by dropping a note to podcast@shaunacorden.com. Now on to today. Today I want to talk about lack of awareness and how that lack of awareness is killing your connection. Am I talking about work, home, either, both? Most of the time, my clients come to me through HR partners. These are HR professionals that are genuinely eager to have an unbiased partner. Me. Help a truly great star sand off some rough edges, or they can't wait to offload a problem child. A performing problem child, but still a problem child. Both of these client types are suffering from a lack of awareness. I'll approach it from both sides. First, the great leader, nice, sincere, connecting, but almost too nice. Wants to make sure everyone's happy, provides leeways for delays, provides lots of air cover, really understands, even seeks to find out how things are going at home, cares about you as a person. In most ways, this is the person we all want to work for, except in this particular case, the results are delayed, weak, or non-existent. They've favored the employee so much, and they overly empathize. They see the best in their employees, but this type of leader is a bit like a parent who spoils their child. This favoring the employee over results will come back to bite them. In the same way that a spoiled child acts out and doesn't behave properly, this will happen to this department. After reporting for the third time the project's delayed or the mandate to cut costs has not happened, the leaders of this nice manager will be forced to take matters into their own hands. They will impose the measures that need to be met. They will cut the staffing, the funding, etc. to make the numbers. And in the end, that parenting style will prove not to be so nice. Their employees may end up on the chopping block, or their employees may end up on corrective action plans because they're not meeting their numbers. And that lack of accountability will have caused this leader to require the insertion of me for growth and learning how to be supportive of performance and the person. The second type of leader, great results, but like the proverbial bull in the china shop, runs all over everyone, makes it transactional, and doesn't build a foundational relationship. No one ever serves twice on a project for them. They don't want to be burned again. They feel used and don't want to make the sacrifices for someone like that. They learn to say no very quickly, and they keep strong boundaries around these people because the results have come at a personal cost. So how do we take these two situations, opposite exaggerations of a type, and turn them into the self-aware leader? Remember from the research, this is the number one issue that drives these HR partners to coaches, from C-suite all the way down to the manager level. This is what brings HR to coaches like me. So what is it that a coach like me can do that an HR partner can't? Well, first of all, it's helpful to have a third party that's unbiased. So when I come in, I may know a little bit of the background, but I don't have a trove of interactions that have perhaps biased my judgment. Second, I've got industry perspective. I know what's typical, what's acceptable, etc. But third, I can really embrace this client. I can hold the mirror to them and show what it's like to be in their presence. Reflect back what was said, what was done, and the impact that it's having. And I have to say, without exception, in all my years of doing this, not once have I had a client say, Well, that was my intention when I showed the mirror. So it's a bit of reverse engineering. What was it that the leader was intending? How could they have been more clear? Simplicity and transparency, broadcasting intentions all work well. Asking, how could I have behaved or phrased my request to convey that intent to you? And we practice, we role play, we do case studies, and we build a new groove or a neural pathway so it becomes a habit. And we have to work on it. We repeat it till it becomes natural. And for most people, they need to broadcast that they're working on it. They convey those intentions to their subordinates, their peers. This is a new behavior for me. I'm really working on this. I'd love your support. Catch me when I'm doing it right. Call me on it when I'm doing it wrong. And we all need reinforcements. So do you have a leader in your organization who could use an impartial partner to hold the mirror? Do you need a trusted partner who can work with your valued leader to build new habits? I work with clients one-on-one to build these new habits using Feed Forward and other tools. So please reach out. I'm here. You can reach me at shauna@shaunacorden.com. And that brings us to our tool of the week, mirroring. Mirroring is the process of reflecting back what was heard or said, processing those words into actions. Does the intent match the impact? What did you hear? How are you translating that into a request or action and sharing that back to the speaker? And again, I would embellish this with how does it make you feel? What do you believe the requester's intent is? Is it all about them? Are they concerned for you? How is this going to influence results? Expand on that. Make sure that you're on the same page. So here's your field work, because coaching without action isn't coaching, it's just entertainment. Practice mirroring with a trusted colleague. Have them convey their message. Let them know how you felt their words. Then ask, is that what you intended? Work on rephrasing until the impact matches the intent. It does get easier with practice. And I would practice this with any presentation, any proposal that you need to do in front of a large audience, or if you're going to stakeholders with a request. It could be a project update. How do the leaders read your message? Are you confident? Are you skeptical? Are you glossing over details? Are you engaged? How do the leaders read you when you deliver that message? Because it's so much more than just the words we say. Each week in the podcast, I like to highlight a leader who's doing it well in the news or from a listener, and one that had a wobble. And if you'd like to nominate your organization, please email me at podcast@shaunacorden.com. So this week, I want to applaud Elon Musk. He has made it abundantly clear to the world what he seeks in a host city for his business. He has articulated the reasons he left California, and he has ensured the state of Texas knows what it would take for him to move again. He has been transparent with his values and what he needs to partner. And we should all strive to be so clear. The wobbles all fell into this political metaverse, and there are just so many to mention. And to save us all some grief, I'll bundle it in something vague. And that is, when you are striving for something, be transparent and declare the value that you're looking for. Do not pretend to be someone else or pretend that your opponent is bad. And I'll leave it at that. If you like this podcast, please subscribe, give us a rating, tell your friends. If you'd like to hear more about a topic that would make your work fun by improving the leaders in your organization, please drop us a line at podcast@shaunacorden.com. Until next week, take good care.
Thank you for listening to Playbook for Performance. To learn more about Shauna Corden, her consulting programs and tools, please visit her website at shaunacorden.com and follow us on social media at Shauna Corden.